After being promoted from the Championship last season, we have brought in just under £30 million worth of players, and we are still predicted to finish rock bottom. Today we play our first league game of the season. At least it's against one of the other teams that are predicted to get relegated. Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the FM21 Salford in the Prem Save, where today we are taking Salford City to their first two Premier League matches against Sheffield United and Brighton, as we hope to get our first points on the board. If you guys are enjoying the series so far, please make sure that you do like this video and subscribe. The support on the last episode was amazing. I assume this has been massively pre-recorded, so I'm assuming it was. Can we keep that going? Can we get 10 likes on this episode today? That would be insane. And since last time, if you haven't seen the last episode, make sure you do watch it, because I haven't done anything since last time. And we're just ready to go for this first game of the season. We have made a lot of transfers, and obviously, as I said before, they were all covered in the last episode. Do go back and watch that if you haven't, because we're going to jump straight into the deep end now. Going in for this first game of the season against Sheffield United, there's nothing else I need to do. If you haven't seen the last episode, that's going to cover everything else that you need to know. So this is a squad that we're going with, and I think you'll notice one thing. The Gegenpress, it's still being used, and I will admit I am very open to changing that as soon as possible, but for now, it is the tactic that got us into this division, and I'm hoping it's going to be the tactic that keeps us in the division on a balanced mentality. You know, at least we're not being too crazy there, but our lineup is full of players who got us into the Premier League, and I think it only has 3 official debutants today, with a couple of players as well on the bench, but we'll go through the squad and the bench just so that you are familiar with every single player that is in this save. Gassama, our French wonder kid striker, not actually a wonder kid, but I think he is. Edgehill, our wonder kid left winger, he's the first regen in our squad. Parry, also a bit of a wonder kid right winger. You'll see a theme going on. Again, a regen. Puigmal, a real player for once. He is a 25-year-old Spanish midfielder, came in from Manchester United, and he is starting for us in that Mazzala role. Hunt, also a real person, 26 years of age, came in from Sheffield United, and he has just gone from strength to strength. And he's probably just hit his ceiling, but we're still going to use him in the Premier League and hope that he can manage to step up. Galbraith has come in for £7.5 million, and he is playing his debut today. Only had a wee bit of Premier League experience, but I'm hoping that that wee bit of experience will be better than the rest of our players. I'm actually starting to doubt that he had any Premier League experience. No, he hasn't. He's only ever played in the Championship. Ignore that. It was Braithwaite that's had some Premier League experience. Again, a debutant. Again, a very young player, but a real player this time. And Boyd, back to the regens, he is a fake player, coming in at left back as a good potential future Irish starter at left back. Patty is again a regen, looking pretty good in that right back position. Fish, another real player, and he is 23 years of age, coming in from Manchester United. And Much, our final player in the starting 11, once again a real one, 27 years of age, coming in from Scotland. We've also got a lot of talent on the bench. Greg, who has come in from Liverpool a few years ago, a regen. Solar, a real player, no idea where from, but he's from Spain, so he's a good left back, right back option. Clarkson, another real player, no idea where he's come from, but he's English. Simple, a regen who I have given the number 12 jersey. And if you don't know how the number 12 jersey works on my channel, is the number 12 jersey is the shirt that I wore when I played football, so we give it to the player that we think has the most potential. And I realise how self-indulgent that is, but I think it makes perfect sense in my opinion, because I still have potential in football. I've just not been picked up by any sides yet, to be honest. It's a bit of a joke at this point. Another debutant, Hino, I have no idea how to say that name. He comes in from Chelsea, and once again another real player, which is always nice to have in the squad. Joe Duffy, a striker, coming in from Norwich, and he looks like a very good option up top. But this is our lineup for today. A couple of injuries, as I say a couple, there's one injury, but he's an important player, and he's not going to be able to play. A bit of a wonder kid once again from Germany, and I'm hoping he will come back very soon. But that is the squad that we're going with, and there's nothing else to do other than give one player a squad number. We're going to give him number 31 as we jump into the first game of the season and hope that we can get some points on the board. It's against Sheffield United, who got promoted in second place from the Championship last season. We know all about them. We have played them quite a lot in this save, actually. We have faced them all the way back when we were in League 2 in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I'm sure we'll verse them in the Papa John's Trophy with their under-23 side. Either way, we know how to, play against this side. Whether or not we know how to beat them is a complete other story, and we will find out today if we are up to the standard, if we can fight up here with the big boys. And I think beating a side that we got promoted with would definitely help us, stamp our mark and say that we are good enough to be here, we deserve to be here. And after 26 minutes, it's a pretty bland affair. It's kind of proving that neither of us particularly deserve to be here. I know for a fact that our squad is a little under where we should be for Premier League quality, but for now we are on the attack. Gassama is throwing goal for his first goal in the Premier League, and he shoots it just wide. Expect much more from that man later in the season. He will be banging in the goals. I know the step up from the Championship to the Premier League is a completely different ballgame, but mate, the way he played in the Championship, he could have played in the Champions League last season and been banging them in left, right and centre. I know that it's probably a wee bit of an exaggeration, but he's a good player, that's my point. He's the only one that is operating at a Premier League level. Every other player is at a Sky Bet League Championship, you know what I was trying to say, level. And Perry is one of those players on the Championship level. Somehow he's gotten an absolutely genius move. He knew that the player was going to tackle him. He knew that that ball was going to go straight to Gassama, and he knew that Gassama would prove me right. He would put his first ball into the back of the net of the season in this game, and he is surely going to score at least 15 more this season. I'd say that's a fair prediction. 15 goals in this season for Gassama would be a great start to his Premier League career, and a goal there is an even better start to the first game of the season for us. I'm hoping that we don't concede straight afterwards, though. Much has collected it. As I was saying before, I can get back to it now. Even if you're 3.5 star, that's still only a leading player for the Championship in our club. But Gassama is 4.5 star, and he is a good player for all Premier League clubs, apparently. So, in my opinion, that means he could be a starter for any team in the world. So, based off the way he's playing, he definitely could start for any team in the world. And the playmaking ability of Much, it's beautiful. Our team is so in sync. Even the goalkeeper's getting an assist at this point, and it's 2-0 in the first game of the Premier League season. I have to say, I wasn't expecting it to be as smooth sailing as it has been so far, but I'm certainly not going to complain about it, and we're going to make our first substitution with the mentality of trying to keep this game intact, trying to keep this win intact, and Simple is going to be the man to come on. Puigmel's coming off. He's a slightly more defensive-minded Mazzala. He's not great at finishing, that's why I'm saying he's a slightly more defensive-minded, but he's definitely a great up-and-coming player. We've loaned him out for years. He came in at the exact same time as Edgehill did, and we all know how good Edgehill is as he just hits the post. It would have been brilliant to have him score his first Premier League goal in this game, but unfortunately he's going to have to wait another day, but I'm sure it will come. He's going to come off now as we bring on the debutant, Hino. Still don't know how to really say that name, but I'm going to play him as a winger because I'm pretty sure he's left-footed, sorry. But the stats still make me think that he should be playing as an inside forward, so I am going to do that, even though you can't really cut inside and hit on your left foot. I mean, it doesn't work as well as hitting it on your right foot when you're cutting in from the left, but that's alright. I'm sure he'll play well either way. Our final substitution is going to be Galbraith coming off for Clarkson, the man that scored the penalty to put us into the Premier League, not the Championship. We were in the Championship. He got us out of the Championship, actually, and he will be there as we get our first points of the Premier League season, as we get our first win, and it might not be over yet. Simple hits the ball into the back of the net, and the long throws work even in the Premier League. I will admit, normally they don't even work in the Championship. I've very much considered getting rid of them, but hey, after that, I'm definitely thinking about keeping them on. How no one has headed that is beyond me, and Simple is there to just head it into the back of the net as the goalkeeper is in no man's land. But we will not complain. It's 3-0. It is such a flattering performance, but it is a beautiful result to see. 3-0 against Sheffield United in the first day of the season, away from home. All the fans that came along, I imagine there was probably like 5. We don't have a huge fan base. We don't have a huge stadium either, to be fair, but we've won the game. That is all that matters, and I have been proven that the Gegenpress is the way to go, and we're going to move forward, hopefully make some transfers in between now and the next game against Brighton, and hopefully pick up another win. I mean, that would be asking a lot. I'm surprised that we even got one win in this episode, to be completely honest with you all. I'm not complaining about it. It's just, if I was putting my genuine money down, I would have thought I would have lost that first one. So we just sold Renocchia, a player that was solid for us last year. Any guesses on how much we sold him for? If you said £12 million, well, you were wrong, because it was £12.25 million, so it was even more than that. I have no idea how we've pulled this off. He was pretty average for us in a season where we got promoted. I imagine he wouldn't be as good in the Premier League, and we got more money for him than I think we've gotten for just about any player aside from Adar. I'll take it. We're also trying to bring in this goalkeeper. I delayed it because I was deciding between him and this other goalkeeper who we don't quite have the full report on, but actually taking a look at the stats in depth, I think that they're probably just as good as each other, so I am going to go for this man, considering the fact he's only £4 million and this man's going to cost 17. So I feel like, let's just be intelligent here. We've also got Voigt, who's another good striker right winger option, and to be honest, I've got enough striker right winger options, but you can never have too many. I've always said that. Everyone knows I've always said that. I've always said you can't have too many striker/right winger options. That's exactly what Edgehill is, Parry is. Even Hino. Can Duffy play out on the right? Can he? No, I don't think he can. But hey, that's like 3 options right there. So make it 4, and that's plenty, more than plenty. The only change that we have made for this game has been Simple coming in. I know I said he wasn't very good at finishing, but he seems to be working on it, especially considering the fact that we do have him actually training and shooting. So hopefully he can hold his own in this squad and potentially make himself a regular starter. But for now, we need to focus on making sure that we do get all 3 points as we push for another win against a Premier League division side. This time, it is against Brighton, a non-promoted side last year. We're going to try and pick off exactly where we left off last time. We've got a very similar lineup. I don't see any reason why we can't win this one, considering that we won the last one. I mean, I can think of 100 reasons why we shouldn't win this game, but on face value, this team isn't a whole lot better than the last team. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Still on the balanced gegenpress mentality, tactic, shape thing, you know what I'm trying to say. And after 10 minutes, it doesn't look like it is going to be a very eventful affair if it keeps going the way it is going right now. But after 20 minutes, yeah, I think it's got worse actually. 4 shots in total, a total XG of about 0.2. So it could be a 0-0 draw. It definitely could be. And our stadium is bigger than I remember. Oh, okay. That's because we're building a new one, and we're currently in an 18,000 seater, which is bigger than our future stadium. I don't know why we're building a new stadium. It's going to cost us £31,000. So yeah, it's not the most intelligent decision I've ever heard of, but we do have a lot of fans in the stands today. 18,000 fans look like they could be packed out in this state. Oh, let's be honest here, I see a lot of empty seats, but Gassama is trying to prove them that they shouldn't be empty as he goes for his shot. Do I see empty seats? I can't tell if it's just people standing up, but it does look packed. It looks packed either way, and I will take it if we can come away with a good gate receipt record here tonight, as we've never had a stadium this big, so all the home games are really going to seem like insane stadium percentage holders in comparison to what we've been used to. Fish scored, and we love long throws. The long throws are the best thing ever. If you don't have long throws on, what is wrong with you? We are treating these home fans to an absolutely brilliant performance so far. It's been terrible, but we've scored the one chance we have gotten, so that's an absolutely brilliant performance in my eyes. What is going on with these long throws? We've scored 2 from 2. Can we make it 3 from 3 in the next game? I mean, you won't see it because, I'm playing it off camera. Can't be talking about random stuff every single episode. There's only so much I can look at the stadium seats, It gets boring after a while, trust me. But Gassama has managed to put us 2-0 up just before halftime, and I have no idea how this is so comfortable at the moment. But I am very much expecting to be rocked back down to earth quickly. As Simple, the man that we've brought on, has played a brilliant ball through, gets an assist, and Gassama scores his 3rd goal of the season already. He is going to be pushing for that top goal scorer if he keeps going the way that he has right now. I was going to say he is going to be pushing for it, but then I thought, let's all be honest here, he's very likely to dip off. This is an insane start for us and for him. I think we were given a pretty lucky draw to start the season off, though, against a side that got promoted with us, and one of the sides that arguably has one of the worst sides in the entire division. But hey, you got to be there to win it, and you got to play well to win it, and that is where my tactical genius comes in. Simple plays it through to Gassama again, and you can't tell me that's not gone into the back. Well, obviously you can tell me. Like, I know that it hasn't, but I cannot believe that he hasn't put that in. Simple with the opportunity to get a second assist. He probably feels a bit robbed by his teammate Gassama, and Gassama, to be honest, probably feels a bit robbed himself that he didn't finish that chance. Perry almost getting a header into the back of the net there, and after 55 minutes, we look so much better than this Brighton 11, and I did not expect to be saying that after 50 minutes of this game. They are definitely a better side than us on paper, just based off the fact that they've been in this league for longer than us, but I don't care. As long as we're coming away with the win, that's all that matters. I mean, of course, as I talk about how much better we are, Todd Cantwell puts one into the back of the net, and I think the first opportunity we're seeing from Brighton in this episode, but hey, we'll roll with it. I'm not bitter about it at all. We have another opportunity now as Simple plays it back to Galbraith. Galbraith looking for a player to pass it to. He finds Gassama, Gassama, and it's been tipped over. No, it hasn't been tipped over the bar. It's actually hit the crossbar, so it was a very good crack, a very close crack in the end. And with 60 minutes gone, we have yet another opportunity, potentially going to put ourselves back to 2 goals ahead. Boyd's on the ball, looking for someone to whip the ball into. He finds Simple. It's been cleared. I don't know what's going on, but I think we're still in with an opportunity. Perry is through, and Edgehill gets his first assist of the season. Oh, well, I can't remember if he's got one last game, but I think he didn't. And Perry's definitely got his first goal of the season. Brilliant finish, and you have to say that is a brilliant move. Just a chip over the defenders, and Garry. His name's Garry now. I'm fine with that. Welcome to the club, Garry. Garry just puts it into the back of the net to make it 3-1. And if you thought that we were going to throw away the game, I mean, you were probably right in thinking that, to be completely honest. That's a fair estimation, fair assumption, but it's probably not going to happen. So, suck on that. We're going to make our first 2 substitutions in the form of Braithwaite coming off, and Greg coming on, and Solar coming on, and Boyd coming off. I think those are 2 fairly intelligent moves just to keep the defence fresh. I mean, the attack certainly doesn't seem to be needing too much help as we throw in another long throw. This one, I admit, not going quite as well as the previous ones, but as long as we pick the ball up here, as we have done, we could be in with yet another opportunity. Edgehill over to Perry. Don't tell me they've done it again. Oh my gosh. How many times is the post going to come to the aid of Brighton? It could be 5-1. It could be 5-0. Well, this will be honest here. The odds of them scoring that goal were very low based off the XG, so it very well could be much more enough in our advantage, but as it is, it's 3-1, and I shouldn't be complaining about that. I really should not be complaining about that, as we have another opportunity to attack them. Edgehill finds a lot of space. He's 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. Gassama has got that goal, and I think hitting the post twice has now been cancelled out with that good luck. I don't know what Edgehill was thinking. I think he was trying to get a penalty here as he kind of stumbles with absolutely nothing. Simon, however you pronounce her, has kicked it right at Gassama. And we're just lucky that wasn't an own goal. Gassama's just lucky he's gotten 2 goals in this game. And I guess we're unlucky to have conceded there, but it's from a corner. Who cares? It's 4-2. I'm baffled by this performance. And the chances aren't over. We could be in with a 5-2 win here. I mean, we were 3 goals up 2 seconds ago before we conceded. Perry's in. He goes for the shot, but it's a great tackle. Very good tackle at the last second. But Puigmal almost gets the opportunity to finish it. And surely, this is game, set and match now. I mean, I don't think that Brighton are going to score any goals in this last few minutes. But it is the end of the game. There is no more highlights. 4-2. And what was the first game? 2-0? I'm just baffled by the fact that we actually are competing in this league. We're up in 3rd place at the moment. I think we're getting Champions League this year. If you have enjoyed this episode, and if you haven't enjoyed it, I have no idea what's wrong with you, actually. I can completely understand that with, me commentating and just my general aroma. Yeah, no, it's aroma's a smell, isn't it? I hope you can't smell me through the microphone. That would be very concerning and actually slightly high tech, so I would kind of like that. I think I would be able to sell this microphone for quite a bit of money if it was able to do that, but it isn't. So you don't have to worry about my aroma. By the way, I don't smell that much. I showered, I think, the day before. Yeah, okay, I probably need a shower today, to be completely honest. But that's besides the point. Make sure you have liked this video if you have enjoyed it. Subscribe for daily Football Manager videos with this series. And I will see you all later.